All right, so let's continue with the reports. And this is what we made in the last video. If you haven't watched, you should, because I put together the skeleton. Basically, what you're looking at is done in the last video. Okay, this is video number 15 of this series. We'll continue and we'll enhance this report further, and then we will make some other reports as well. So, what I would like to do in this video is I would like to do a couple of things. For example, I would like to have a total of the amount for each type of the or each category of the expense, and I would also like to sort with the date. As you can see right now, is that 5th of December and then 3rd, and the sorting is not correct. Basically, this is what I'm trying to say. And this is what I'm going to do. And we'll have two buttons here. Perhaps we'll have a header of the report and label. We'll make it overall look nicer. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll start with the header. So we'll make a header, labels. We'll align these username and email properly. So we'll go to design view. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure that you do hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload any video. And also, if you would like to learn more and you would like to get access to these videos ahead of these videos going public, make sure that you become a member of this channel to support me and to support this channel as well. Right. So now let's go to the right click. Let's go to design view. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to minimize this a little bit for a moment. And I'm going to make this, a little formatting here. So it looks a little presentable. Okay. All right. So here's a user ID, expense ID, not user ID. Okay. Now, what we need to do is this expense ID, actually, we don't need to, in fact, even see, but it's good to have expense ID. So if in case, it's kind of a number, like an invoice number. Obviously, it's not an invoice, but, it's kind of identification of what record you're looking at on the report. So let's move to the username. Oh, you know what? I just realized the expense ID should not be even here. The expense ID should be here. And that's what I just now realized. Can you believe it? All right, you can, because I can also do mistakes, and that's okay. We are learning together, right? Okay, so let's bring the expense ID here. I don't know why did I put expense ID here, to be very honest. I'm just trying to think. Anyway, good thing is we realized, and that's fine. Okay, and we'll say expense number kind of thing, right? Okay, so let's minimize that, and we'll have this expanded, and maybe we can bring this a little bit here, and we can have it in the center. Okay, all right, that's fine. Now let's have these username and email address side by side. How about that? Okay, and we'll increase the width of it. Some people have longer names or email addresses, so we can show the name and email address properly. There you go. Okay, so that's done. Now we need to have a label. Right, so we'll expand this and we'll have a label or header. So we'll go to the, we'll get this label and we'll say Loop Expense Management System, right? It's a made up system, but at least it is a system. Okay, so let me expand this and let me make it in the center and font color white, and it should be Calibri. Okay, and it should be bold as well. Right, we can remove the shape outline. We can make it transparent, and we can make it the font size. We can make it a little bigger, so perhaps 18, because this is going to be main heading. All right, there we go. We can increase the height of the report header, and we can actually copy the same thing and paste in here. Now, this time we will change the font size to, let's say, 14, or maybe a little smaller. It's up to you. You choose what font size would be suitable for the reports that you intend to make. Right. Now, rather than I double click here and type, if I'll double click and type, what will happen? This will change its size, and then I have to do the, setting again. So rather than that, what I do usually is I go to report design, property sheet, and in here I change the caption. So we can say, the report name basically we want to write here. So we can say this report is showing expenses and category wise, right? So expenses, or overview of expenses category wise. There you go. So now I don't have to change the width all over again. Okay, perfect. Now we'll go to the report view and see how it looks like. There you go. Okay, like a little nicer as compared to um, earlier, right? So if I'll go to print view, just wanted to see that it's not going to the second page, because sometime if the width becomes wider, then it goes to the second page. All right. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have these sorting done, and then we can do a little sum for each category, so we'll know nicely that what is the total spending for each category. All right. We'll go to design view, and then I'm going to first do the sum. So I'm going to select the field that has the amount value, and I'm going to navigate to the ribbon, and I'm going to go to the report design, and I'm going to see in the grouping and totals section, there is a option called total. So if I click here, drop down, and there are many options that you can have. Basically, you will have to perform. You can do sum, you can take average, you can count records, you can do max and min and a whole lot of things. All right. So what I'm interested in is sum. All right. So I click on that. Now what it will do, it will add the text boxes under the each category footer, and then the report footer as well. And now we will need to basically do the formatting for this as well. So I'm going to actually change the height. So let's bring this here and here. Now if I change the height, we can increase the height to 0.3. Okay. Nope. That's that's centimeter. All right. Let me select these fields individually. Height 0.3. What's happening? Interesting. Let me do that manually. I don't know why it has changed to centimeter. It should not. It should be inches. Anyway, I will look at this later on. So I'm going to minimize this. And if we will go to a report view, now we can see there is a total here. Okay. We can make this total little bold so it looks better. And then you can see that this is little gray line here, right? I don't know whether you can see it or not. We will remove that as well. Okay, so we'll come here, we'll select both, and we'll go to the property sheet format tab. And then if you will see the grid line style top, it is solid. We'll remove that, we'll change that to the transparent. And we'll make this total as bold, so it looks a little good. You can do underline also if you wish to do so. I'm not going to do that, but if you wish to, you can have that. Now, if we'll go to the report view, you can see that there is a total, but what this total is about. Is it overall total? Is it monthly total? What is it? So what we can do is we can provide a little label here, which will tell what exactly this total about. All right. So let's go to design view, and I'm going to take one of the label, any label. I'm going to actually paste it and move it here. All right. Now you can see that we've got the label. We can align towards the right side, and then we can increase the margin. So 0.05, let's see how, no, 0.1, no. Okay, that makes sense. 0.1, a little bit. I think that should be okay. And now we'll change this to category-wise subtotal. Okay. And I can copy this and I can paste by pressing Control V, and I can bring these here as well. Now in here, what I'm going to do, come on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to grand total because this is going to be total, right? So grand total. Now, if we will go to the report view, now we should have labels, which tells group-wise subtotal $172 for transportation, $44 for food, and if you'll add them up, grand total would be 216. Perfect. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort these records using the expense date. So we want to have, you can have older record on the top and then newer record on the bottom, or you can have newer record on the top and older on the bottom. It really depends on your choice and what would you like to see first. Some people prefer to see new record on the top, and some would like to have, like a sequence from first till 30th, not from 30th till first. So it's really a matter of choice. So I'll go to design view and I'm going to show you how you can achieve that. We'll navigate to report design again, and we will choose the group and sort. And in here, we have option called add sort. And you can, by the way, add multiple sort in the multiple fields. But it would be good for this report particularly to add a sort on the expense date. Now I'm going to choose expense date, and you can see here from oldest to newest, which means from first of the month till 30th of the month. So now we have done the sorting, and let's see how the records looks like. So we'll go to report view, and you can see here 3rd of December, 3rd December, 5th, 24th, 31st December, and then 23rd January again. Well, that doesn't really make sense, right? We have both year record in one area. We're going to fix that in a moment. But the good thing is these records are actually now sorted date wise. Okay, the date when the expense occurred. So that's a good thing. Now, before I move ahead and do something else, I will have a button here to perhaps do the printout, take the printout, right? Or like to take a printout or, save it as a PDF file and then send it to someone. We can do that as well. And we'll go to design view, and I'm going to I'm going to get a button. All right. And I'm going to paste right in here. Let's change the font, and the font will be Calibri. And then let's change the style. So change the style to this, and we'll have print written here. Now this looks a little blank and a little boring. How about having an icon here? Now you can have your customized icon, or you can have some default icons that Microsoft has provided. So button is selected. I'll go to the property sheet format tab, and I'm going to go to the picture dot dot dot, and I'm going to press P, letter P for print. And I'm going to keep pressing one by one until I reach to this nice printer icon. All right. So I'm going to click OK. But I want the print text as well. So how do I do that? I want the text and the icon together. Well, it's easy. Now the button is selected. We have got the property sheet under the format tab. Under the picture caption arrangement, right now it says no picture caption. Well, we want the caption, picture caption. That's what I'm trying to say. So we'll have a journal, and you can see that now we have the text and the icon as well. Now, what do we do with this button? Of course, as I said, we want to use this button to take a printout or to convert this document into a PDF document. All right. So how do we do that? Well, let me just change the name first. So we'll say BTN print. And now I'm going to go to event tab, on click event, dot, 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 code builder. And here we are. Now, here I'm going to write one line of code that will help us to achieve this. So we'll say do cmd dot run command. And then there are a couple of options with run command. All right. One of it would be ACCMD print. Okay. And here we go. Print. You can have print preview. You can have print straight away. So let's choose print. Okay. And we'll close that, and let's see if this button actually works. So I'll click on print button. Here we go. We have the option printer dialogs appear. Now, if the printer is hooked up with your computer that you're using, you will have the printer name here, and you just click OK, and you can print it out. All right, so it does work. But if in this case, in my computer, the printer is not hooked up, so what I can do is I can at least convert this report into a PDF report. All right, so I can clearly easily do that. If I click OK, it will ask where do I want to store this file. So I will say, you know what, store it under this. Okay, and I'm going to save it as expense report, something like this, and we'll click enter. So it will convert it into PDF, and it will save in the pictures. Here I am in the pictures folder, and I can see there's expense report which we have saved. So I can double click on that, and here we go. We've got the nice PDF format and the report. We can see, and we can actually use this report wherever we want to. Now let's go back to Microsoft Access, and let's do one more thing before we close off this video. Actually, we can do a lot. We can have an email button for email. Basically, you click and it automatically converts to PDF, and it gets attached with the Outlook. That too I would show, but probably in some other video. We'll have one dedicated video on that as well. So what I would like to show first is I would like to have a parameter for query that will change based on this year. Okay, right now 2024, 2025, all appearing together, which doesn't make sense. So we'll put a temporary parameter, and then I'll for the showing purpose, and then we will build a mechanism when we'll build a reporting suite. Okay, and also I would like to change this label as well. So let's go to design view, and first let's change the caption, and we'll say expense report category wise. And now let's go ahead and put a parameter. Now I have already selected the report. We go to the data tab, and from the expenses, now this is where the problem is. Now I am using query directly as a record source. However, what I can do is click on dot dot dot, and we are here, and it is basically converted into the query. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to remove this expenses queue as a record source. Why? Because I don't want to change the actual original query. However, I want to use that query, but I want to create a parameter in that query. So to do that, I will go to record source dot dot dot. We will still use that query. It's not like we are not going to use that query. So we'll get the same expenses queue. I'm going to get all the fields. All right. Okay, status, month, year, and username and email. We'll run it. We are getting the data. That's great. And just to see whether everything is working okay, we'll go back to the report view, and we have the same report as we were looking at. So it is working. Now we can actually go ahead and provide a parameter, because now we are not actually using the actual query. We are using actual query, but not as a direct record source. Okay, so now actually it's a direct record source. Anyway, whatever it is, you get my point, hopefully. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to have a parameter for a year. So I don't want to see 2024, 2025 records together. I want this report to be filtered based on a year. As I said, I'm going to build in temporary criteria. And to do that, I'll just simply put a question mark under the fiscal year field. That's it. Now it will ask, by the way, this is a temporary. Okay. Later, we will build a proper reporting suite, and we will have a proper a reference of the year combo box. But that will be later. For now, this is fine. Now I will run a report, and it will ask me, hey, enter the parameter. So I know the parameter is year. So first let's run 2024, and we should see only 2024 record. You no longer see 2025 record, right? It's all 2024. I can go back to design view. I can run it again, but this time let's give it 2025 criteria. Hit enter. We know that there is only one record for 2025, and we can see this as well. Okay, perfect. So this is how you make The reports, again, there's a lot that you can do with the reports. And in this video, let's summarize what we have done. We have brought this nice page header. We have had the username and email arranged, managed. We have had the sorting date wise. We had the total. We'll put the totals label as well. And then we had a button that saves the report into a PDF file onto your desktop or computer. So there's a lot that we have covered in this video. I hope that you have learned something. I hope that you have liked whatever you've seen. If you have liked the uh, video, smash the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure that you do hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload any video. And to support me on this channel, become a member of this channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.